Welcome back to the Shortcut Live. We are back in New York City. We are no longer snowed in. I'm joined by Max Bondano. We got Kevin Lee. We got Adam Vajeska over there in the UK. And this is our daily live video show where we have main character energy for everything technology. And we're going to go over all the consumer tech news, all the reviews. We're testing out the latest gadgets here every day at about 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. We got this today. It's our 10th episode, guys. That's a milestone. We started at CES. We're here. We're inviting your comments. We're streaming on X, where we routinely break 100,000 views. We're streaming on Substack, which we're the #1 consumer tech site on Substack, and we're also on YouTube and Instagram. So we're in 16 by 9. We're in 9 by 16. We got it all. So. Right. We're going to go over lots of tech news. We had something prepared. The thumbnail may say something about TikTok. We're going to get to that story because we have some late breaking news. We wake up early every day to prep for this show, but also Samsung decided to slip in some news about their TriFold phone. So we've tested this phone back at CES. It's coming to the US. We just didn't have a firm release date or pricing, and now we do. And it's coming this Friday. This Friday, right? That's January 30th in the US. It already launched in Korea in December, and it has a price. Max, I can't bear to say the news. I can't bear to say the number. Tell me.
It's eye-searing. This phone, the Galaxy Z TriFold, is going to cost $2,899.
Wow, that is. I knew it was going to be high.
Yeah,
but close to $3,000 when it's for every almost unified panel. Mm-hmm. That's another $1,000. It's $1,000 per panel.
Basically, yeah.
That's rough. And for 512 gigabytes, so
you're not even getting a full terabyte, which I thought they were going to do. I thought they were going to at least give us that. Instead, it's 512 gigabytes. Almost $3,000 gets you like the only TriFold you can buy in the United States.
And I feel like this is going to be the price for anything of this size. It is a great piece of technology. I want it. I also don't want to part with close to $3,000. It's a rough estimate to have to deal with, especially like in a down economy. So this is only going to be sold on Samsung.com, which is interesting. You won't find it in carrier stores, and if you want to check it out, for free, go to the Samsung Experience Store. There's a couple of those around the country. Not a lot of opportunities for like nationwide testing, but it's a cool device. I'm just hoping, and we really didn't see this with the Z Fold series, that the price goes down eventually.
Right.
Yeah, that hasn't happened with the regular Fold phones.
Yeah,
necessarily.
No. So it seems that like folding phones are very comfortable at staying at very high price points for whatever reason that is.
I just looked up the Huawei Mate XT, their TriFold, and it's about 2,500, 2,800. So it's like right around the same ballpark.
Yeah. And like we can't even buy that in the US. So there's even more of a lack of competition. I think in the UK, Adam, you can buy Huawei devices pretty readily.
Oh yeah, we love China in the UK still, so no ban on them yet.
Yeah. We will see what happens, but so this is our only TriFold phone in the US. It's great that it's even coming to the US and not a conceptual thing or experimental, and just doesn't launch outside of Korea. Nope, it's coming to the US. Surprise.
That was definitely the big concern, was whether it was actually going to launch, and it is. It's launching on Friday for almost $3,000.
So do I ask my New York City apartment building, hey, can I skip out on rent this time and just buy this? I'll let you try it.
I think that's what a lot of people are going to start doing, right? I mean, this is the ultimate phone for like the most insane tech enthusiasts out there. Like we know that the enthusiasts love the Galaxy S Ultra series. They do love a Z Fold. If you are the most enthusiast of all time, this is the phone for you.
Yes. Back when I reviewed the first fold phone, it has there's a lot of matching characteristics here. I labeled the review the most forward-thinking phone you shouldn't buy, right? Because it's a phone that is novel and people were like obsessed with it. I would take it to the bar and the bartender would be like, "Oh my God, what is this?" And they would want to try to fold it in half. That was the ultimate high of that phone, right?
Yes.
But it was close to $2,000 at that point, and it just has it got slightly more expensive over time. I just don't think there's anybody but early adopters who are going to gravitate towards us, and it hopefully gets cheaper as time goes on. But
yeah,
yeah,
no, this category of folding phones is probably going to stay expensive. I feel like anything that folds more than once is probably going to stay between $2,000 to $3,000, just because you get such a big screen, and they're probably trying to make some sort of a laptop replacement play here. Where like we've seen some of our colleagues test it as a laptop replacement with floating windows and everything everywhere. The screen's definitely big enough for that. I don't know how practical that is, but like for an enthusiast, that can be fun. It's a fun toy for that. With normal folding phones that only fold one time, that's where I think we're going to see the most price reductions over the next year or two, hopefully.
You can see the difference in the sizing, how much more expansive, like when you're watching a full screen movie, it is on that TriFold phone compared to the Z Fold 7.
Right. I think your microphone might have actually just cut out there a little bit.
Yep. So you see how large watching a full screen movie. So that's the ultimate perk. It's just, it's not attainable for everybody. I kind of want to trial it. I know, we're expecting yesterday's rumor was Unpacked is going to come up, and if that happens, I'm gonna go hands on with it a little bit more. So I don't spend the $3,000.
You think that price justifies like the purchase of a phone and a tablet at the same time? Because that's what I kind of feel about the TriFold, is that one extra side makes it kind of more like a tablet. And I'm like, can I skip a Samsung Galaxy Tab or something like that?
Yeah, together it still doesn't add up to what those two separate devices would be, because they're relatively inexpensive on their own. You think of like an iPhone and an iPad, for example. They don't add up to $3,000 each unless you're getting like the highest spec ridiculous versions.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but like the convenience of it, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who are like, "Honey, I need this because it's going to save us money in the end."
Yeah.
That's called boy math.
Yes.
That is a thing. It's a term I'm coining right now.
Fantasy football. Yeah.
Boy math.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to save us money in the end. So.
Just barely. No, I think with a normal folding phone that folds one time, I get that's the more phone and laptop or phone and tablet replacement.
Yeah.
That is like the all-in-one package, because for $2,000 you could you get basically an S25 Ultra minus the S Pen, plus a Galaxy Tab.
Totally.
For $2,000.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair price. For almost $3,000, it's like, okay, are you going to buy a $1,200 smartphone plus like an $1,800 tablet on the side? Like, is that what you're trying to replace with this? I don't know.
Yeah. Do you know who this helps the most?
Who?
Apple, right? Because when they come out with their phone, if it's $2,000 or more, or no matter what price it is, they can be like, at least it's not $3,000.
It'll still be a little bit cheaper than whatever Samsung's doing at the high end.
Right, exactly. And Samsung's a little bit further in production, and 7 generations in on foldable phones now. Like, you can consider this like an 8th generation device. It is not Apple's phone, the iPhone Fold, the iFold, whatever they end up calling it in likely September, is not going to be nearly as expensive. And so they can bump up the price just a little bit.
So I'm sure that they will. I think every indication it's probably going to be $2,300 to $2,400 for whatever this mysterious folding iPhone is going to be, and it's only going to fold once.
Right.
So
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, big time sucks.
Yeah. I am giddy about getting iMessage on a foldable phone. So the fold once, I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to instantly buy that thing, no matter.
We're all just waiting for that, aren't we?
Yeah, right.
iMessage on a foldable.
Right, and like FaceTime and so forth. It's that cohesive ecosystem that that Apple does very well, that Samsung has gotten better at, but just like video quality recording, the gap is still very present in between any Android phone and an iPhone. So yeah, this is not, I say, not a shocking price announcement, but I'm still like floored by it.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between those two words.
You have to be floored by it to some extent. I mean, this is just the Z Fold 7 with an extra like layer that you can fold down. It's basically the same exact phone, same 200 megapixel camera, same chip, very similar screen technology, very slim form factor. It's a very nice phone / tablet thing. It's just probably way too much money for 99% of people.
Yeah.
But at least you'll be able to buy it.
Like, I hope there's going to be some sort of deal, like a free Samsung Frame TV with it or something like that.
I was going to say, I want a free TV with this thing. I better get something for free.
Yeah, I didn't see if they had trade-ins or because like Samsung does a decent job at trade-ins, and usually you know, there's a link and everything. I'm sure that'll be the case with the rumored S26, X26 Ultra. You know, there's always really good trade-in deals there, and like they boost it at the pre-order phase. But
that's something that we still have to track. Yeah,
that is something as it goes on sale and becomes available on Friday. We will let you all know, and you leave us some comments, and we will answer all your questions, especially this next segment. It's about TikTok in the US specifically, and they had some sort of power outage, but now there's conspiracy theories of, was that really a power outage, or are they suppressing certain terms? Is the algorithm kind of under new ownership being skewed? Tell me about this like complicated situation. We stay apolitical. We don't like get into a lot of conspiracy theories, but TikTok and different services kind of fall under that gadget territory, right? For us. And people want to know, hey, can I reliably trust this service? It's had all sorts of, you know, complications. Max, walk me through the story.
Yeah. So this was a very big story over the weekend. I was sort of tracking in the background just to see what would happen, because I couldn't quite tell how much attention a lot of these issues should get in terms of like, is it like TikTok trying to just like suppress people for some reason, or is it just literally because they formed a new LLC to own the US portion of TikTok and keep it in the States, and they're just experiencing headaches with it? Turns out it looks like it's just more of a headache situation. So over the weekend, they had some sort of a power outage at one of their new data centers located in the United States, where they're handling all US users' information. The power outage was so bad that it caused all of these like other domino effect issues with TikTok servers, with their algorithm. People were reporting that you couldn't upload videos. They weren't being pushed out to their audience. They were seeing 0 views. They weren't collecting ad revenue. They had a lot of different problems. My brother is a pretty big TikToker. He had some problems over the weekend uploading videos. A lot of his stuff that he was trying to share wasn't political, so I don't think it was necessarily just political content.
That's good insight.
Yeah, so it seems like it was just TikTok having really bad server issues. Their algorithm got a little bit out of whack. Like, at least with mine, I kept seeing sort of the same topic over and over again. It's just the CIA agent now. Like this former CIA guy, he just tells all these stories about being in the CIA. Every video has just been him for the past 2 days. And like once in a while, I'll see like a random guy baking something from the 1950s.
Right.
And that's about it.
So that is why we hired Max. He's our senior Gen Z correspondent. All right.
Interesting. That's a title. Okay.
That's a title.
And, Senior Gen Z.
Yeah. So
Senior Gen Z.
That's why when you were like, oh yeah, I was having trouble on my TikTok this week, I'm like, that's the thing you can say.
Yes, it is. I am on TikTok. I do not post, but I'm definitely there lurking.
So you're a lurker. Okay.
I'm definitely a lurker. The TikTok USDS joint venture started a Twitter account, X account, to sort of share some of the updates about what was going on. They issued a couple of statements about it. At one point, they had called this, and I want to get the verbiage correct here.
Sure.
Because the tone of this was so interesting to me. They called their system failures a cascading systems failure that we've been working to resolve together with our data center partner. So like they even admitted that this was a really bad issue. And as of yesterday at 6:54 p.m. Eastern time, they were saying that you'll still notice bugs, slower load times, timed out requests, including when you're trying to post content, which has been the big concern. People just can't get the videos out there. They admitted that there were a lot of issues around that. You'll see 0 views. You're going to miss out on some ad revenue, whatever.
I will
as
say,
of this morning, on their on their status page on their official TikTok USDS joint venture webpage, wherever that is, they said we've made significant progress in recovering our U.S. infrastructure with our U.S. data center partner. However, the U.S. user experience may still have some technical issues, including when posting new content. We're committed to bringing TikTok back to its full capacity as soon as possible. We'll continue to provide updates. Thanks for your patience. So some people were reporting that it's been fully restored for them. I haven't gone to check mine yet, but it looks like they're slowly but surely getting it back to where it needs to be. It's just been a huge headache for a lot of people. It led to a lot of different conspiracy theories about whether they were getting more political, trying to suppress certain things. I saw one random thing where they said there were a couple of major X accounts saying that the word Epstein was being banned in users' DMs, which I thought was fascinating. I checked it. I sent the word to my brother.
Right.
Went through totally fine. So I think there's just been a lot of different server problems involving TikTok, just with this huge transition. We were talking about it a few days ago when the deal was finalized and everything. And we were debating whether there would be any algorithm changes. It doesn't look like there's like an influence change, but it looks like, at least in terms of the technology behind TikTok, there's definitely some problems behind it. So
I will say, like, whenever like a data center spins up for the first time, they like kind of anticipate their user load, and then they quickly underestimate it. Same thing happens in like video games. Like every time a video game launches, like Battlefield, oh my god, famously, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, 2042, etc. Every time their servers crash, and there's like, your wait time is 4 million people or whatever it was. Same thing with Helldivers, too, when it first launched. So devil's advocate, that does happen to data centers when they first start.
Right. And I think that's exactly what happened here, is that like there's just a new transition,
new ownership, right?
Brand new ownership. It's a brand new thing that like TikTok is doing. They're not used to doing this. And like you said, with any new data center, you're just going to have problems. It's a brand new operation that they have to start up in front of however many users TikTok has in the building. Like,
you just got to keep adding more hamsters until everything works.
Yep.
And that's exactly it.
I like me a good conspiracy theory, so that kind of nips that in the butt a little bit. Yeah. Yes. So it kind of makes sense, but it doesn't really stop people from chit-chatting about
of course. And TikTok is not for the conspiracy theorists out there, they have not admitted whether there's any censorship or not. I don't know how much value that adds to your conspiracy theory, but they have not admitted anything. So we will see. And we are getting some comments about TikTok and the algorithm. Looks like a fellow Coca-Cola lover at CokeGuy79 on YouTube said the algorithm has been very wonky for the last few days, getting just completely unhinged stuff in my feed and hitting not interested a lot the last couple days. I've been kind of in the same boat. It's not necessarily unhinged. It's just more of just like the same thing over and over and over. It almost feels like the old days when I saw nothing but like gym bros for some reason. And I was like, I don't know where this came from. I was like, because I had followed a few food accounts and it was just like, go to the gym, loser. I was like,
it knows.
It knows.
The algorithm on Instagram can be edited now. You can kind of go into it and say, oh, I've somehow been tagged with this. Like the algorithm thinks I want this. And you can kind of X out of that. If it's unhinged, the unhingedness from this comment sounds like the old days of X, right? When Elon bought Twitter, changed it to X, and I saw so many fight videos, and everybody else did.
Yeah.
Right, because you look at it for 1 second, and the algorithm's like,
he wants to see this. Yeah.
He loves seeing people beating up.
It was so ridiculous.
Waffle House? Yes, please.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, absolutely. On repeat.
All I wanted was a review of Waffle House. What's it like? And then boom.
Exactly.
Everything was a fight video on
Right.
everybody's feed, not just mine. And
50 people throwing hands all at once over whatever their special was.
you
that
can't look away,
You can't.
right?
You need to
It's
see
good
who wins and who
content,
loses.
Right?
I get those all the time. I can't
Waffle
say
House
I
fights?
no, like just fights random,
Ke-
and I
Kevin
can't
is in those
say
fights.
I can't say I don't enjoy watching them.
Right.
Kevin now organizes those fights. secretly
Yes,
in
yes.
his spare time.
Fun
Gosh.
fact: one of the leading ones that you always see is World Star Hip Hop. World Star Hip Hop.
Oh,
yeah.
classic.
It has 5.2 million followers, and it follows 2,873 followers. One of them being this guy.
I was going to say, if I recall, the way that Matt started in the media business, he founded World Star Hip Hop.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, me and DJ Lord Sear.
Yes, from Sirius XM Shade 45.
Yeah.
One of our very good friends.
Sure.
That's what I heard. That's what I understand.
That's
He is the reason why I love hip hop so much. So thank you, Matt Swider.
he is great. We got to see him this week, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's something happening.
I forgot to mention with the first comment. Since this is episode 10, we're getting $10 per
Oh.
comment.
Hey,
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow.
The guys just keep making it up, and the price keeps
Yep.
going up.
Just keep the comments coming. I'll get
So-
$20
Ooh, I hope you brought
next.
cash.
share your
Nope.
favorite.
Oh, there you go,
fight videos.
$20.
So it looks like that's probably in regard to the Z TriFold. Does the phone come with a screen protector and a case? I've seen the packaging for this phone.
Yeah.
It's very big. I don't know if it comes with anything actually. Let me
Do the old unboxing look.
the old unboxing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Little sneak
Let's
peek.
see.
Let me just take a
You
second.
know, it's a very big box.
So you think it would come with a lot of accessories? Obviously, it's padded. It's a big deal. It's going to come with the screen unfolded, right? So it's a 10-inch screen, so that makes sense. But I don't know. For that price, they shouldn't make you buy the case separately, especially because there's not going to be many cases, and there's only one manufacturer and seller, being
Right.
Samsung.
So it
Great
definitely
comment.
looks like it comes with a case.
Great.
Comes with a case. It comes with even a power brick to charge the whole thing.
That's a rarity.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they're throwing in all
For $3,000,
goodies.
you better give me a power brick.
right.
Wow.
That
Yeah,
makes
especially-
the
my goodness.
price so much more stomachable now. That
Yes, of course.
Doesn't it?
I was like,
Doesn't
I
it,
was
Adam?
50-50. I thought, is the power brick? Probably not, but now it's in there.
I'm gonna
It's a
Exactly.
deal.
I'm gonna go ahead
It's
and
a
pre-order
real
now.
deal.
That is
Yeah.
Those are a short order.
uh huh.
Are you getting in
Oh,
line,
nice.
Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, look at it. It's a nice one. I don't know. Well, that's
Right?
the other one, isn't it? Yeah.
It's probably like one of those little like super thin carbon fiber sort of cases.
Mhm.
But still, you get it's free, right? You know, or at
Carbon
least
fiber
included
is
for
usually
the price.
expensive. Therefore, that just saves me money. Again,
Yeah.
boy math.
It
I'm
saves
saving
you
money,
in
honey.
the end.
Babe, it
I'm
comes
spending
with
$3,000.
a power brick.
Right.
We gotta buy
Power
this.
brick and a case, a probably
Yeah.
$50 case and a $30 power brick.
This
Could
is
use that power
$2,000.
brick on other devices as
Yeah.
well. Like,
Yeah.
think of it.
yeah,
very
like
versatile.
like your iPhone 14, right? You're getting the latest phone.
Yeah.
I don't see the page available, so maybe when they say it comes out on Friday, maybe that's where the pre-orders come into play. I'm very
Yes.
curious about that.
At 10
Starting
a.m.
this week.
it'll go up. Yep.
Okay. Well, we will track that. We will have pre-order links. We'll let you know if there's any deals. But great question. That question, someone asking it, cost me $1.
Yeah,
Um,
Alfred.
$10 today.
$10.
Yeah.
10.
This is
Make sure.
No, the zero was a typo on that.
We should get a comment to keep up with the total every comment. Yeah.
No, nope. Like a little bot, and you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
the bot should cost
Exactly.
money too. No,
Exactly.
no. But yeah, we will take your questions on X, on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Substack. Those are our streaming platforms. Talking about the latest in consumer technology every day at 1 p.m. We started on time today, guys. That's
You did.
that's a pretty good
It's a big
track
win
record,
for us.
right? 10 shows in.
10 shows in.
We're
It's
ready.
about time.
Yeah. Speaking of latest announcements and breaking news, we didn't see this before the show, but then, right, as we're doing our rundown, Sonos unveiled a new product, and it's the first one in over a year.
Yeah.
Right. They've been a little bit silent, especially since they kind of redesigned their app and then redesigned it again to go back to what people liked. That was a whole complex issue about 2 years ago. And now they have a new device called the Amp Multi. It may not be super consumer, average consumer ready, but it's a good sign. I think it's more about they're coming out with new hardware again, which is awesome, and they're very popular. Kevin, you got to go visit Sonos one time.
Yeah.
Maybe, what was that, a year ago?
Yeah. Like probably like March, April, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about like this new device first,
Right.
and then like what this means for one of the top speaker companies out there, especially for home entertainment. They have some competition, but I feel like when I go to Best Buy, that is always the marquee brand out there, and people are always considering Sonos amongst their options. So yeah, tell us where they're going with this, and what this thing is first.
Yeah, so they're totally going after the integration space. There's like home theater, like really super home theater, like multi-room, multi-speaker, a lot of surround sounds in different rooms. So basically, this is a amp, and you connect multiple different third-party speakers, not necessarily just Sonos, and you can have multiple rooms hooked up. It has advanced tuning and DSP control. It has 10-band parametric EQ. It's pretty like hardcore sound gear, and like it's so crazy that you can actually get multiple of these and put it into a rack. So it's like, I think it's also for professional grade home, like movie theaters and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. That is. Yeah. You're probably getting someone in to install, or as I've done for a friend of a friend. I was the IT guy who was setting up a couple of Sonos devices, and I had never done that before. And then suddenly I had, by the end of 3 hours and a lot of cursing, I had vast knowledge of what was going on. And it wasn't so much the Sonos part was easy. It was more the HDMI was not long enough, and the aux cable. So that was more the complicated situation to get what the person wanted and desired, and then like figure out the app situation, which is now it's off to a better start or restart in some ways. So yeah, Sonos, interesting that they're going after this market, but also makes a lot of sense. I feel like it's hard for a lot of the TV brands and the audio brands to come up with something new, and so they just like leave their product out there for obviously over a year and without a major refresh. So this is the first one we got in a while.
Yeah, this is also like gonna apply. Basically, it's making make it easier for you to do multi-room setups. Everything's got to pipe into the Sonos app. You can also like connect other Sonos devices to it, and it seems like it might apply some of Sonos's adaptive sound tuning.
Nice.
Yeah, true tone, true play, things like that.
Nice. Yeah. So very popular at Best Buy. Maybe we'll see that, and we have multiple rooms here. Maybe we can test it out.
Yeah.
In the future.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Right. Speaking of testing stuff, MSI Prestige 14 AI Plus Flip review. Kevin is finishing that off. Yep. It's got a fresh new design. Kevin, tell us about the latest from MSI, which is usually one of the top gaming manufacturers for laptops, like the beefiest laptops you've ever seen. But is this a little bit different?
Yes, this is a full-on work laptop. Just bring this over my face.
Yeah, it looks like an Asus device.
Oh yeah, it's like, it honestly reminds me of Samsung notebook. It's like so sleek, and all the sides are rounded.
Radical departure from MSI. I don't know if they've ever done this type of laptop before, but it's almost like an ultra compact in some ways. I'm sure it's still, performance bent. It's beefy, despite not having the physical features of a beefy laptop.
Yep, this has a new Intel Core Ultra Series 3 processors. It's specifically the X9358H, which is a mouthful, but it's basically, it's a mid-range chip, but it performs like a high-end flagship device. It's got the top graphics, the Intel Arc B390. That's enough to play Battlefield 6 at 60 FPS. It isn't It's pretty performant, but it's not as impressive as the Asus ZenBook Duo that we showed yesterday. Like sometimes my frame would drop to 40, 45, 40 FPS. And I think that's because of a mix of, it's just a lower wattage than what Asus is able to push.
I like seeing Kevin in one frame and demonstrating his laptop in another.
My hair is different. It's shorter. Now
it's double the Kevin, double the fun.
Double the Kevin, double the fun.
That's what we do on Tuesdays.
Oh yeah. It's really slick. It's very snappy. Now here's some good news and some bad news. The HDR is OLED, but the peak brightness is only 300 nits.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. What was the first one? What was the good one?
Oh, the first one was that it's an OLED screen.
That's good.
Power brightness is only limited to 300 nits.
That's bad.
Now you can play videos in HDR. Yeah. But you can't play games in HDR.
That's less than Nintendo Switch 2 peak brightness.
Oh yeah, it's like it's a little hard to see in the sunlight.
I can't wait to watch the last episode of or second to last episode of Game of Thrones, the notorious one that is hard to watch. So like those type of situations, that's probably what you're going to experience, which is an interesting choice. It's a choice,
right?
So, but otherwise, I like the fact that MSI is taking on a new form factor. I really haven't seen this from them before, because every time they go and show us laptops, there's a thud when they put it on a table and they're like, here's our latest laptop. Boom.
Exactly.
It is
it sort of rattles the earth to some extent.
Yes.
But not this one.
This one's the Prestige 14.
Yeah.
AI Plus. That's kind of nice. Kevin, is this currently out? Because I know the embargo just lifted.
One great thing is the price is $1,300.
Oh,
so it's quite a lot of laptop. It's like about a little bit more expensive than MacBook Air, but it does flip. It does have a built-in stylus. You can write on it. You can play chess on it. Whatever you want to tap on it. Yeah,
nice. So when is Kevin's full review coming out? Is the question.
It's later today.
By
folks. 5 p.m.
By 5 p.m. or he's fired, or double or nothing on the money from the comments section. Right. Oh wow, when did Kevin grow his hair out? Says Tuan.
2020.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't think Bad Twad actually watches or knows about SAUR.
I don't think so either. Tuan, who used to work with us at Future at Tech Radar, one of two Twans at Future at the time. And there was good Twan and evil Twan and
yes.
So
like Bart.
Well, yes. welcome to the stream. You're joining on Instagram. Thanks for joining. And Kevin grew his hair out during the pandemic.
Oh yeah. First it was a man bun, then this.
I remember that, which is funny because going back to those like pre-pandemic photos that I see, he has like spiky hair like Bart Simpson.
Yes.
And now it's completely different. So welcome to the chat, Twan. You just cost me $10.
$10.
I got $30 now. Oh man. Guess burger lobster's on the menu.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing dishes. And story number 5, Adam. Adam is just every day that there's a Mod Retro M64 breaking news, like we wake up to that because
he's on top of it.
There's like there's 70 Nintendo stories on the homepage. Can you pare it down to 65 tomorrow?
No. I give the people what they want.
They get traffic on theshortcut.com. Speaking of which, Kevin's review, if you subscribe to theshortcut.com, you will be able to see that, but you'll also be able to see almost 100. We're going to round up Mod Retro M64 stories, Nintendo stories. Tell us, Adam, what's the latest and greatest? Because this is competing with another N64, Nintendo 64 remake out there. And I'm kind of debating which one should people go with. Like, this one seems actually maybe a little bit better.
So yeah, the other competitor you're talking about is Analog 3D. Now they released their N64 and it got good reviews. But the Mod Retro M64, if it's anything like the Chromatic, which is basically the ultimate Game Boy Color that they released, which I have and adore so much that I decided to start my own retro Game on Boy YouTube channel, which looks at all the Game Boy games and has put me in debt. Their N64 take is called the M64, and it just looks, it has more character than Analog 3D. It's got some different features, and we've now found out that it's entered early production, which is great, which means it's going to be nearing mass production, which means we'll be able to get our hands on it. And they teased previously a red colorway alongside the clear yellow and purple because the chip inside's made in collaboration with AMD. That's now going to be offered to everyone as well because it was that popular. So there's 4 colors to choose from, and they all look really nice. I think I prefer the clear one. But if they do an aqua style one, I'll definitely get that because that's what my N64 is. And they revealed some new details. So you'll be able to load games in like 4 to 5 seconds, which is really cool. There's going to be an ultra low latency Bluetooth for the controller, which will also work wide. You can use original N64 controllers as well. There's going to be an easy eject mechanism, which is really nice because if you've ever used an N64, when you take the cartridge out, you usually have to hold the console down. Otherwise, it comes with you. And they're also going to have a little light. You can see it there on the red M64, which lights up the artwork if you're playing in a dimmer setting, which I like to do. So just little touches like that, which I think hardcore N64 fans like myself will absolutely love. They also sent out a survey to kind of gauge which color is going to be most popular, but they also asked, what games are you looking forward to? I ignored all the recommended options and I told them that I'm looking forward to playing WWF No Mercy because if you had an N64, you know that the wrestling games have never been better anywhere else than the N64 generation. They were so good. They are so good. I'm going to play that again with my brother and lay the smack down.
Right? Like, it's surprising that that hasn't been topped since.
No.
What was the developer? AKI, right?
Yes.
And I remember those days well.
Yeah. I've got a really fun fact about them.
Do it.
So I don't know if you've ever heard of the series on the Nintendo 3DS called Ultimate Style Boutique, I think it's called.
I don't know this.
So that is like a fashion game, quite a popular fashion game back in the day. They haven't made a new one for a while, but most of AKI ended up doing that. Believe it or not.
What a transition from wrestling.
Right?
I mean, that is like I wasn't a wrestling fan when I was a kid, but I loved those games. It made me familiar at least with some of the stars of the WWF at the time, and then eventually WWE, because it was the grappling situation and like the takedowns and everything that kind of translated so well into a video game. And then they had Acclaim making a different version, what was that? The WrestleMania ones and like the one that was not as good. And so every other year
versions.
And they didn't get the system down, and it was just like a different game. So yeah, you convinced me to buy this M64 from Mod Retro. That is something we're gonna compare it to the Analog 3D on the shortcut.com. So that is
one cool tidbit as well to end on with the M64. Like with the Mod Retro Chromatic, they are going to be re-releasing and releasing new N64 games.
Huge hit.
That's so cool. So Analog's obviously not doing that. Analog, you can play your old N64 games, but Mod Retro will be the place that you'll be able to buy new N64 games. And as someone that's still my favorite console of all time, knowing that I could buy a brand new N64 game in the year 2026 or 2027 when this eventually releases,
right?
Close to tears, guys. That's just the ultimate.
That is very cool. Also, Analog 3D don't love some of their business practices. That's just my thing, though.
Yeah, they were a bit cheeky. They released the white and black color to everyone, and then literally like a week, 2 weeks later, they were like, "Oh, here's these lovely transparent, translucent colors.
Yes.
You can get them now." And I think everyone was furious about that.
And they did that the day that pre-orders came to the first people who pre-ordered like years ago, right? Like a year ago at least.
Oh, it was delayed and delayed and delayed as well.
And then like 15 days later, they're like, hey, we have different colors. And it's like, oh, it's a 30-day return. I'm going to get one of the different colors. It just, came to me. And then, yeah, it was 14 days and you still got charged a restocking fee, even if you didn't open it. And that's shady shit. So Analog 3D, gonna write a bad review about your product because that is like, it works, it's fine, but there's something out there that's better around the same price. It's $199, right?
It's cheaper. Yeah, it's $199. So I think it's $50 cheaper.
Yeah, so I really want to put these head to head and come out with the reviews at the same time and see what happens because yeah, I didn't love the, as you called it, cheeky business practices of that. So let's turn to, we have about 15 minutes left. Let's talk
let's ask the audience what their favorite N64 games are.
Sure. Twan piped in and said WWF WrestleMania on SNES is still the GOAT for me, which I didn't play that, and I'm sure the mechanics on that game were similarly addictive, just like the AKI based N64 game. So yeah, drop us a comment, let us know. There's tons of nostalgia, from a lot of people playing the N64 era games. Virtual Console and N64, that's fun, but these remakes, especially if you have your old cartridges, I think it's gonna jack up the price of N64 cartridges in general.
Oh yeah,
and the used market, which I mean, my dream of collecting all like 300, I think there's nearly 300 US released games for N64. That's going to cost a pretty penny now, but one day I'll get there, minus the special edition Clay Fighter game. All right, let's go to Samsung. Back to Samsung. There's two Samsung stories. We're going to knock both of them out. The Samsung Galaxy Buds 4 were just revealed unexpectedly, or at least leaked. Max and Kevin, you've tested previous Buds out. Tell me about what's significant about these new ones, and do we know anything else that's probably going to come during Unpacked on the rumored date of February 25th?
Yeah, so it definitely looks like Samsung's going to ship a new pair of Buds to try to compete with the AirPods Pro 3, the AirPods 4. Samsung just keeps like changing the design of the Galaxy Buds.
Yeah.
Like, it seems to be like their way of issuing a new pair. They're like, let's just like mess up the design again. So like with the previous generation, they're like sort of triangular, right?
They look like AirPods, right? They had like the long stems, or those are the AirPods Pros?
No, those were the Buds 3, Buds 3 Pro, I guess.
Yeah.
And so they had the stems. They're a little bit more triangular. Just like weird shapes. They just keep trying stuff. They throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks. With this generation, they're supposed to make them rounder again, but instead of dropping into the case like vertically, they'll lay flat, like old Galaxy Buds used to. Beyond that, I guess we'll probably get better sound quality, maybe better battery life, better ANC. We'll have to wait and see to find out, but it just looks like they're just going to mess up the design again, just for the hell of it, because they're just in the mood, Let's just make things interesting.
See what sticks is basically their strategy for that. Yeah, searching it up, looks like we're the top story on Google News for that term. So congratulations, Reese, for writing that story.
Slash Adam for fine. Yep.
Yeah, good job, Adam. Adam not only gets the assist, but insisted on getting the assist for suggesting that story and editing it. So
it's the editing which is key, you see.
I mean, it wouldn't exist without you. One thing I do like, and it seems like, according to this leak or from what I saw, they're going to keep something I like that they have over the AirPods, a clear little top to the case, right? Because there's been so many times I'm going to post about this. I get to the airport, I'm seated in my flight, right? And I'm just like, all right, time to relax. And, I'm through all the TSA stuff, and I open up the AirPods and I'm like, oh, they're not there. They're in a different jacket, because I would take them off and just put them in my pocket, and then I take a different jacket to wherever I'm going.
You raw dog your AirPods? You just you don't put them back in the case, you just toss them anywhere? Is that what you do?
I'm notorious for that.
Yes, he has 4 pairs of AirPods.
I remember
this.
At least 2 of them were incomplete.
Matt will remember at MWC before we went to the conference. I think it was, I don't know if you were looking for AirPods exactly, but you were looking for something and he was pressing the notification. It was going off and off and off and off. And he was walking around the apartment and he was trying to find whatever it was where his AirTag was attached to. And it turns out it was just in his bag the entire time, which was on his back.
On my back.
Which was on your back. So he was just
I hear
around.
it somewhere.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm getting closer. And he had his phone out. It was like, it's telling me I'm closer. It was
Oh, what a
Oh
logistics.
my god.
I had suppressed that memory, so thank you, Adam. It was a moment where I'm just like, this is like, it's so close to me. It's moving.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because it was always like just right in front of you. And I was just like, this is not, and I forget what it was, but whatever had the AirTag in it, maybe it was like my wallet or something. But I couldn't find it after. I mean, to be fair, Barcelona, you're working on no sleep time zone change wise. So,
But this is also just a personality trait for you, so I wouldn't really blame it on the no sleep.
Oh, speaking of another Barcelona story.
can't believe I pay you guys. Kevin, go ahead. Are you?
Yeah, we had an Airbnb like last year or 2 years ago. Sorry.
2 years ago.
And there was a door, but you could only lock it from the outside, and you could only unlock it from the inside with a key. So we took the key and the spare key, and then everyone else who came with us was stuck inside.
We didn't know that you just, in Europe, I guess it's a thing where you just can't unlock the door from the inside like everywhere else. Because there's a little lockbox outside to store the keys, and that's where we picked the keys from this Airbnb. So there's an inside set and an outside set, but we took one set with us and stuck it in the lockbox.
In the lockbox outside.
And then I had to go back from World Congress to rescue Adam and others that were sealed in the Airbnb. So fun times working at the shortcut.
This was before my time, but it is one of my favorite stories that I've ever heard. Because it is just quintessential Matt Swider.
Guys, we only have 7 minutes left to run through these stories.
There's more we
What's
could
our
do.
other story?
Yeah, we don't need more stories about Matt Swider's, just
Your woes in Barcelona?
my fun life indeed. All
We're
right,
getting the money.
so the other Samsung story is they unveiled an exclusive Olympic version of the Z Fold 7. So they do this once every 2 years, I believe, right? Once for the Winter Olympics and once for the Summer Olympics. There's always like a special edition version. This one looks cool. I don't know anybody who actually buys these, but they're just sticking some paint on there and
you can't buy this one. You can't buy this one. This is just for the athletes only, apparently.
I was going to say, usually with the Olympic editions, they only give them to to the athletes.
Gotcha.
And then, you see a handful of them, using it.
Well, what you don't know, I'm great at.
Oh, boy.
Are you finding little auctions?
No, I was going to say.
You entering the Olympics? Is this an announcement?
This is an announcement.
This is an announcement. He's on the bobsleigh team.
I'm good at. I was going to say curling
or skeleton.
Well, that's why I paused. I was going to say badminton, but that is Summer Olympics. So
it's a good looking phone.
It's a gorgeous phone.
It's nice.
And it has the MagSafe on there, or no? Oh, it has a ring on there, I guess, to make that MagSafe compatible. It looks like, which is important. But yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's one of the better ones they've come out with, and I think we see it at events sometimes where they show it off at a special thing, but
once in a while,
or they have designer ones that are limited edition.
Now, I was going to ask you guys, have you guys ever bought a limited edition phone? Because I did buy that exact Motorola Razr when I was in university, and after a day of being absolutely torn apart by my friends for owning a gold phone with a fake snakeskin leather back, it went on eBay this same evening, and I never lived it down for about a year and a half. But I don't know why. I don't know what drew me to it. It's awful. The sound, the audio quality when taking a call was atrocious. And it was at a time where phones were advancing quite a bit. So going back to the Razr felt a little bit archaic. But have you guys ever bought a limited edition phone?
No, there was only one that I ever wanted. It was the OnePlus 7T McLaren edition.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Because they souped that one up with a ton of RAM and like a bunch of storage and stuff. It was already like the fastest phone on the market, and that one was like the single best phone you could like get at the time. It was like the fastest one. It was so sick.
I feel like we've gotten so many phones in. The one that I've kept, not special edition, it's the red phone, the giant brick of a phone.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
With the 3D holographic display.
It's a prize.
Man.
So Red is a camera maker, very, like very professional camera that people buy and pour a lot of money into, and they decided to make their own phone.
I don't think I knew you had one of these. I kind of want to play with it.
It is dangerous. If you throw that at somebody, it could take an eye out. It is a thick phone. It has like, the hologram effect on the, it really didn't work.
That's crazy.
One and done.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Look at that thing. It would take an eye out. It is so massive. So ridiculous phone. That's the one I owned. It wasn't necessarily a special edition, but no one bought it, so I guess that kind of makes it special edition. It's not like the Escobar phone or something like that, where it's truly
that one is the special edition.
That is great stories about that one.
I don't have a limited edition phone, but I did customize my Moto X a long time ago. When you could still customize them with wood.
I was gonna say, I feel like everybody did that. Yeah.
Hello, Moto.
Old school.
Yes.
Classic.
And we at CES, we got to check out that new foldable from Motorola. They're still around. They're still doing their thing. Maybe we'll see some stuff at Mobile World Congress, which is coming up. We'll cover that live. Do we have time for one more, Adam?
I'll make it quick. Yeah. Basically, if anyone watched the Game Awards, which when was that? Well, that was in December.
December every year. Yeah.
December, and it was a very late night, early morning for me. The final game of the show was a game called High Guard. Now, that's a free-to-play team-based FPS from the guys who made Apex Legends and some Titanfall devs. It kind of went quiet despite being, the last big thing, but it launched yesterday. And as we've kind of seen with a few of these team-based shooters, it exploded on Steam. It hit almost 100K player count, but now it's dropped all the way down to 16, 17K again. So people are already starting to question whether it's going to have the legs. People were kind of questioning it when it was first revealed, particularly as it got such a prominent spot at the Game Awards. And it's already been kind of unfairly compared to maybe Concord, which, if you remember, was Sony's big team-based shooter. They even released a custom DualSense controller, and then in days it was completely killed off and never seen again. And I feel like with the FPS genre, with the online multiplayer style of things, there's quite a lot of pressure to get it right, and there's a lot of examples of it going wrong. The next one coming out is from Bungie, which is Marathon. That was already delayed because of like the initial feedback from gamers was pretty bad. Sony's backing it. They've got a DualSense controller coming out. There's a limited edition, and if not for Call of Duty, which comes out every year, and even that's dropped a bit. It's an interesting time. The FPS used to be an equation for printing money for publishers. People would just eat them up, but it's looking a little bit more tricky now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I still love the FPS genre because you got all these weird, interesting games like Echo Point Nova. There was this like slow-mo shooter. It's kind of like Hitman meets not Hitman. It's kind of like Hard Boiled meets what's the game? I forget it. It doesn't matter.
As we come up to the last 30 seconds. Wanted?
No. Well, yeah. It was like everything was slow mo. Super hot. That's it. Super hot.
Yeah. I thought you were saying that.
Very fun. All right. I know we're running out of time, so I kind of want to just tease going to the shortcut.com where we have stories galore. I know we went over like the Olympic phone, and that is where I hear myself, because the video is at the top of the homepage. It happens every time. And Adam's 7 Nintendo stories right there, along with
imagine being told off for working hard.
No, that was a compliment.
You're doing too much work.
Yeah,
it's because the Virtual Boy got its games announced as well, which didn't have time to fit in. But
and how many games were announced?
There was, thanks to my updated article, launching on February 17th, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. Interestingly, Mario's Tennis, which is a big game, isn't going to be there at launch, but they're releasing 2 games that never came out as well in the US. So
Adam produced 8 stories for those 8 separate games. just to increase his numbers. But no,
Got to pad those stats.
You guys do it well, especially with the comments. Yeah, Joe Bondano, once again, I'm going to meet this guy.
You're racking
Right?
up the comments.
Yeah, good
All
afternoon, gentlemen. Send the $dollar
Nope.
to the comments. All right.
All right. And there was another one from Twan who said his favorite game is Mario Kart 64, and I tried to play Donkey Kong 64. It was not bad. It was bad. Okay, I can see that.
It's notoriously not a prized game from the N64 collection, but that comment cost me, I say $1, but allegedly $10 for the 10th episode of the Shortcut.com. We are streaming live every day, every weekday, right? We're up to our 10th episode, so we're getting the hang of this.
You owe each of us $70 today.
No way.
He gets paid a salary.
3 times my annual salary.
This is bonus time.
That's enough for an N64 game. There you go.
Yeah.
So are you working on these fake numbers during business hours?
Yes.
So what am I paying for? And I'm paying for you to figure out how you get paid extra.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have. I'm gonna escape to a different city, maybe a different country, so I don't have to pay these guys.
Cayman Islands.
Right? It's good to be
File for bankruptcy later. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
coming soon. It's good to be back in New York City. I, according to my Whoop strap, took a power nap on the flight, 2 hours and 39 minutes, something to that effect. So I'm gonna go pass out. 2 hours 29 minutes. So Whoop strap never fails to remind me I need more sleep.
True.
So we are going to be back tomorrow with more tech news, more gadget news as we build out the Shortcut headquarters here at Swider Studios. And we will be back 23 hours from now. So stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in on X, on Substack, on Instagram, and on Twitter.
YouTube.
And yes,
X.
and now
Yeah.
on X. I still call it Twitter. So we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, guys, and see you tomorrow.
See ya.